Well, hello everyone. My name is Bloodstained Wings. If you're joining us for the first time, thank you so much for being here. I am a oil painter here on YouTube as well as on Twitch, and today we have a very special painting that we're going to be doing today. This painting is of a floating orb structure that Kevin from Modern Self-Reliance built on his lot, and as a special bonus, we're giving away this painting. So if you would like to win this painting, please feel free to go over to Modern Self-Reliance's channel. I will leave a link in the description below. So please go check out his stuff, where you can watch him build this from recycled goods, including like metal spokes and spools and like leftover wood and plywood. The eyeball over here, that's from an old light fixture, and there's all kinds of things involved with recycling and upcycling, and I very much support that. And if you guys want to check out his stuff, please do. I highly recommend him. He's extremely entertaining, and if you guys want to watch me paint this painting, please feel free to join us. We will begin shortly. And if you came over here from Modern Self-Reliance, I just want to say a huge thank you for stopping by. All of your comments and views are very much appreciated, and thank you so much again for joining me today. Okay, BSW, stop talking so we can paint. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. I know that I already did an intro, but I like to say everything twice because that's, you know, the best way to go about things. So I have already covered my whole canvas here in the goop, which again, for anybody who wants to know, is Neomaglip from Gamblin. I am not sponsored by them. I just really like their goop. I think it's good. As you can see, we're painting a giant orb floating in the forest. I'm making it more floaty. I got rid of the chain. I thought it would look way cooler if it was more floaty. So, more floaty. Okay, so the great thing about this picture that Kevin from Modern Self-Reliance sent me is the lighting is really cool. So the trees are all like really silhouetted, and then there's these like shadows and stuff, and I'm really excited to kind of try to paint that. So I have a mixture here of yellow ochre and lemon yellow, which is going to be the background color for pretty much everything, and we're gonna go over and like define things with like white and some burnt umber later. But for now, we're gonna start by just kind of applying this color everywhere, because this is kind of also the color of the orb. So it kind of works out to just be the overall color of the entire canvas, which is really nice. I like paintings that end up where most of the hard work is in the gessoing process, which you can see I did already gesso the entire canvas, and gesso is a I did a whole video on gesso. If you want to know what gesso is, how to use it, all the things that you can do with gesso, please feel free to subscribe and watch the other video that is in the playlist. There's a playlist that will be at the end of the video as a recommended thing, and in that playlist is the video on gesso, what it is, what you can do with it, all kinds of things. I think I actually have 2 videos on gesso, where I just show you how I do an underpainting, and then one where I show you what you can do with that underpainting. And so I know that one of them is a really cool one with like a black stripe around, which like I thought it was really cool. It's a very abstract kind of painting. It's okay if you don't think it's cool, because it's art, and art is one of those things that's just overly subjective. It just is. So here we go. Also, I'd like to point out I have no idea when this video is coming out. No idea. But I want to give a shout out, as many shout outs as possible, to Kevin from Modern Self-Reliance for sending me this picture and agreeing to have it as a giveaway. In case I didn't mention that yet, this painting is a giveaway painting, which you can win over at Modern Self-Reliance's channel. I will be putting links below, not only to this video where he is making, well, these videos. It was more than one video where he spent making this. This, by the way, was a phenomenal feat. I was absolutely blown away by him even attempting this. Kevin, if you're watching, bravo, dude. Because, like, not only is it made from recycled materials, which already deserves a shout out in and of itself, but it's also like a round shape, which is just very difficult in terms of construction to make a sphere. In terms of construction, as a fabric mage, as a person who works with fabric, like, spheres are hard. That's not just it's not just out of wood. Also, fabric doesn't like going from a flat surface to being a sphere. You have to do all kinds of like crazy darts and stuff to make things happen, and deep cuts, deep V's to make it work like that. All right, we now have a nice yellow over top of everything, which is great. That's a great place to start. Next, we're going to do the white. And I'm going to switch to a different brush. And the white is predominantly at the sides of our sphere here and over here. I say our sphere as if I have any claim to it. It's ours. It's ours now. It's everyone's. It's public domain. Whoops. I just sent a paintbrush flying behind me. There we go. Okay. So now we're just going to really soften up the sides of the sphere, and really add like a nice glow coming out from there. Nice little glow. Now I just gotta soften up the other side and blend it all away, which is really the idea. There's those like sun rays. I love those sun rays. Does anybody else get really excited when they see the sun rays? I do. I like when the sun is all glowy in the sky, and it's really pretty. I like that. I'm just highlighting a little bit of the sphere up top here to kind of go along with that glowy sunshine kind of vibe, and just blending it away over here so it's all away. We'll grab a little bit more of the yellow ochre just to darken up the bottom of this. I think I might actually go over that with some of the burnt umber mixed in as well. Just like a little bit. I don't want a lot. I'm just going to try to kind of shade this section. I think it'll help make it look more round. Going to the under the door section. And then again, I'm just going to clean up the edges. Now we're going to come in and put snow and everything underneath this. I didn't realize there was snow in this picture. It must have snowed. It has not yet fully snowed where I am. At least not enough to like stay on the ground. It did hail a little bit one of the days, but not fully snow. It's actually quite warm today. The day that I am painting this. Not the day that this is going up, probably. But the day I am painting this, it's quite warm. That gives it a nice little... So I'm just trying to like brown everything, I guess. to make it make more sense. There we go. Yeah, now it looks like it's glowing. Look at it glowing. Oh my god. It's like the Lochnar. Except the Lochnar is green, but that's okay. There we go. Oh my gosh. Very cool so far. Really liking this. All right. Now that we have our lovely light glow, I'm gonna leave these trees the way they are, but I want the front trees here to like really stand out. And so to do that, I'm gonna use my palette knife because Lord knows I love me a palette knife. And I'm just going to fill in this part here with some lovely texture. And then we can highlight the underside of the trees. Well, these are the tripod stick leg things that are holding up the orb. But in my painting, they're just magic trees. Like every tree. Full of magic. I love trees. We are painting this painting just after Halloween, and on Halloween, my significant other and I went to a haunted house, and it was, oh my god, so cool. And they had this gorgeous tree that was probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 stories tall. It was a really big tree, and we were waiting in line to get into the haunted house, and I kept just staring at the tree because it was so pretty. I was like, whoa, pretty tree, because it was so big, and all the fog was making it look really like super majestic. Majestic as all heck. Can I put a tree over here? I want to. I want to put a tree over here. Yeah, so it was really cool. It was a really majestic tree. The haunted house was so much fun. It was really great to just chill. And there was a bunch of like kids who were like just yelling and screaming and being scared, which was really funny and really nice. I don't know if anybody else likes Halloween, but I do. I love Halloween. I think Halloween is a super fun, special time of year. And there's no other time of year that's really quite like Halloween, so. It's like the one time of year where you get to be spooky and spooked and scared and be like, ah, and then laugh about it, and it's fun. And there's this real embrace of the spookier things in life that I enjoy. I just realized that part of this tree is like really highlighted with some like reds, and I don't know if I want to do that or not. I do. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, I have mixed a red with orange and yellow ochre and just like a bunch of things, so I can really just like come in and highlight this tree with some crazy, crazy bark. It just kind of gets darker as it goes up, which is exactly what I was looking for. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, even though the reference picture doesn't have that. I'm still going to do it. Yeah. Creative license. Excellent. I'm going to do the same thing on the little trees that are out front, keeping in mind where my light is coming from, which is basically right behind the orb. So just keep that in mind. If you're doing this yourself, keep that in mind, where your light is coming from. I don't know that anybody paints along with me, but If you do, shout out to you for painting along with me. All right. It really gives like the light a lot of life, having that glow out on the trees. That looks cool. That looks cool. All right, now that we have that, we can officially paint some trees in the background. I'm gonna get brown on my fan brush with some brown. And I've got like a lot of paint in there, a lot of paint on my brush here. And I'm just gonna do like little zigzags for where these trees are. They're kind of all mashed together, so there's not really a lot of like definition as to like which tree is what, but we're just gonna kind of try to put them in. The gessoing in the background will help to like give each tree its own like unique existence, which is gonna really help the overall design of these trees to like stand out. We're getting there. We are getting there. These trees are all like really, really big trees. I must say, it would be a lot of fun to just explore the woods. The woods! Once upon a time, I actually went to university for this kind of stuff. For trees and woods. I laugh, but I'm serious. I did actually go to school for this kind of stuff. And one day, hope to have my own wooded lot where I can do things like have crazy trees. And then I can just go for a walk in my own backyard and paint my own trees. Wouldn't that be delightful? One day. I'm going to get a different brush and I'm going to paint this bush back here so it can be all bushly. Bush. There we go. I'm going to highlight that bush. A little bit of white. Actually, I'm going to use a little bit of that mixture color, but a little more white in it. So it's got like the oranges and the yellows in it. Well, that's exactly what I wanted. Look at that. So it's got like this little peachy, orangey kind of existence. All right, now we need to think about how our light is causing shadows, because we're going to have shadows from each one of these trees, and it's going to be, so the light is coming this way. So this one's going to go this way, like so. And then these are going to go this way. And then there's more trees behind here that you can't really see. All right, and then we can start applying some snow. I think what I'm gonna do for the snow on this one, usually what I do is use a palette knife because I like using palette knife. But for this one, the snow is very like dusted on. So I think I'm gonna try to just dust on the snow in this case, which basically means I'm just gonna tap. And that also means that the underneath shadows that I already put get to stay. And they just get blended in with the tapping. basically what I'm trying to say is I'm cheating and it's great. Don't you just love cheating? Insert obligatory comment about yellow snow. Right. Oh gosh, I picked up a lot of that brown. That's okay. We're blending it in to the shadows, which is great. And then we can just pick up more white and lay it right on top. And the more you, the more you dab with this, the softer the snow will be, which is kind of the goal that I'm looking for right now. Is just I really want this snow to be very, like barely there, just like a dusting on top. I do want the, the shadows to be more existent. So I'm just gonna try to add more. Like this part was good. This part was not so good. So I'm gonna try to add more shadows. And I want more shadows through here. And another shadow underneath there. There, okay. And now we're just going to, once again, smooth it all out. That really helps to make that look floating, to give it that shadow, which is great. There we go. And now we've got like lines of light and lines of shadow. A little bit more light through here, along here. To really up that contrast. There, that looks pretty much exactly how I wanted it to look, which is great. I think I'm gonna try to add some highlights and some more like woodly texture to our orb, to our ball of yarn. It looks like a ball of yarn. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to follow this. I think that is not working, and I'm going to just pull that out. There. Now it looks terrible. Great job, me. I think if I do that like enough, it'll look okay again. Just need to like oh yeah, I'm ruining it. Oh, wonderful. Excellent. That's what everybody wanted me to do, was just to ruin the heck out of it. Great. Let's see if we can fix it with some just straight up white. Add back the white details. We've lost all of the like woodliness that was there before. By that I mean the lines that I spent literally like 30 minutes drawing. So, and I don't want to lose those lines. Them being a little more faded is okay, but I don't want to lose the lines because I think that that's part of what the charm of this building is. There we go. Just really, really spread it out. Okay, hopefully that is more woodly of a texture and color. Whew, okay, okay, now that we have that all organized, I think what we can do, I think I'm gonna highlight the door frame. I think that's a thing that needs to be done. So I got a small flat brush. And I'm just going to try to highlight the door frame a little bit so it's more, so it looks like it's a separate piece. It's not so flush with everything. That looks better. This part here needs to be more white. There we go. See, the greatest thing about oils is that there are no mistakes. You can fix anything. There we go. Now that looks more like textured and highlighted because they're actually textured and highlighted because I did them with different colors, which is exactly what I wanted to do. There. Sorry, I'm like really quiet as I am focusing pretty hard on this. All right, so I've got some black, and with the black, I thought I would come in to our little circle spot here. First of all, this outside part needs to be more black. Man, this is such an interesting shape for a cabin. I can't believe that somebody would try this. I feel like I should just paint some random shape for a cabin and then tell Kevin to build it. In a if you paint it, they will come kind of situation. This is now the reflection of the forest all warped in the eye of the building. Because let's face it, that's what that is. This is the eye of the painting of the building. So I'm trying to make it look like pine trees are being like pulled into the corner. And then I will put a little highlight, like so, so that it looks like the sun is hitting it just so. And we need the liner brush with some white and some goop so that it flows nicely for the, what is this, a gasket? Sure. I have no idea any building terms. I've been watching Modern Self-Reliance for like nearly a year now, and I still have no idea any building terms. Makes me feel real smart. It's okay. I don't watch to learn. I watch for the entertainment value. I also watch for Don. I like Don. He's a real character. He's the kind of guy I would meet at a grocery store around here who would like hold open a door for me, and I'd be like, wow, thanks. I met a nice guy today. He held open a door. Isn't that nice? There we go. Little lines to make that look more real. Yeah. This is looking like pretty dang good, I think. I think it's not as good as the actual building, which is clearly going to look way more awesome in real life than this, but I mean, for a first attempt at painting a spherical building, that doesn't look too bad. I still want to have more highlights on it because I'm weird and I want more highlights on it. There we go. Yeah, and then these parts are all like kind of darker. Yeah, I think changing the colors of these just slightly adds to the natural effect that wood has. Because wood's not all the same color. Wood is all like, oh, I don't want to be the same color. And then it changes color when it wants to. With like the grain and the, I don't know, like it says bark in it or stuff, you know? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? I just realized I didn't put any of the lines in this section here, so I really gotta add the definition this way, because it doesn't have any other reason why it's there like that. There we go. I'll make a gray on my liner brush and add in those lines. Whee. There we go. That part now makes a lot more sense, which is great. It's still a little bright, so I'm just going to try to tone it down a little by blending it out. There we go. Yeah, and then this one's kind of just a different color. A little bit grayer than the others, which is fine. That's the idea behind any painting at all. You just kind of fuss with it until you're happy. I'm gonna get a little yellow ochre, I think. Put it over here. Make it just slightly more yellowy. There. So you just gotta add some interest, and it'll all make sense eventually. You also have to have faith in your own design, which is something that is very difficult when doing something like sewing. Sewing is really hard to just keep having faith in your design. I don't know if anybody else sews. Sometimes it's just really hard to keep believing that it's gonna look good when you're like, oh God, this looks so bad right now. And then somehow you fix it and it looks great. And you're like, well, that was some kind of magic. Never try it again. Alright. I think, maybe, might add a little bit of shading around here. Just make it a little bit darker around the eyeball, and also underneath this band. There we go. Yeah, looking pretty snazzy. Door is a little bit more brown in this area here. I'm just going to mash that about. It might look like I blended it all away, but it also might look like it's a little dirty there, which is exactly what I was looking for. Just to be like a little dirty there. And I think I'm going to come back in with my liner brush. No, I think I'm going to use the flat brush. Yes, and I'm just going to come in and darken up those edges on the door frame. And then I think this painting is done. You know, as soon as I get this darkened. So once again, if you guys want to win this painting, please go over to Modern Self-Reliance's channel. There's going to be a whole thing for you to do there. Yeah, please do. I would love for my art to go to, a wonderful, loving home. So, you know, if you think you have a wonderful, loving home, please feel free to go over to his channel and, hit subscribe and do all the things that the YouTube likes it when you do. But also enter in the giveaway so that you can win this painting. And if you liked my art and you liked, my voice and me laughing at myself alone in my house, please feel free to like my video too. That would be nice. You don't have to, but it would be nice. As mentioned earlier, I do have a lot of other videos on here as well, particularly about gessoing and how to paint. I do also have a few random videos about sewing, and I hope to be able to do another video on sewing soon. I did figure out how to make a dress with basically just elastic, and it was super comfy and super easy, so I wanted to show everyone how to do that. Yeah, I really like how the eye came out. I think that turned out perfectly, and I really like how these trees turned out. They look great, and the little sun rays are very visible, which is really nice. So thank you guys so much again for joining me. I really appreciate that. I hope you guys join Modern Self-Reliance to possibly win this painting. I will do the big reveal. Well, or I will get paint everywhere. Woo, there you are, painting. And I will ship this to wherever it gets won, or maybe to Kevin, I'm not sure. But thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate that, and I hope you liked this painting. Please remember that you are loved, you deserve to be loved, and a special shout out to all of my Patreon supporters who continue to help to make my YouTube videos, my Twitch streams, and my art exist and happen in this world. Thank you so much. Mwah. I really love you guys, and I hope you guys are around for the next video. Bye!